Hey guys, Tube Dweller here, and welcome back to another one of these talking videos. Much sooner than I planned to. Um, I didn't expect this to come out for at least a few more days, but if you watched my video from yesterday or the day before that, um, you can see I kind of talked about making this video on change. And I said I just want to, because I was talking about growth, and it also talked about purpose a little bit, but mainly it's supposed to talk about growth. But then, it evolved into that. But I had said that change and growth kind of go hand in hand, and that it was something I wanted to talk about in a future video. And like I said, I wasn't planning on doing it this soon, but something I found out about today kind of changed that a little bit. So my basic thing that I said I was going to do, also actually real quick, talking about changes is really ironic because we're in a different part of my room. I was really moving over here to be able to use my microphone, which is down here, but I don't really know how to edit audio onto a different video when it's not being recorded already, and I don't want to risk talking for over 20 minutes again and then having it just not really work. I guess, and then I'd have to copy everything verbatim, and that doesn't sound fun. So yeah, we're still gonna be over here, and yeah, okay, getting back to that. So basically what I said I was going to do is I was going to talk about change and how I handle it, because right now I've got a lot of change going on in my life, and I'm just going to say this: I don't handle change well. Change is like when if my summer plans change, if something at work changes, if any of these things change, or really honestly, even if like someone changes their plans last minute, where it's like, hey man, you want to come over? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come over and hang out. Sorry man, not gonna work out today. Just can't do it. Yeah, then I'm not gonna be very happy, and it's gonna kind of throw me for a loop. Even like the other day, I was at work and someone, their attitude just changed really quickly from like positive and upbeat and happy and talking, laughing with me. So all of a sudden, they just very quickly went downhill, and also they were very mad at me for me just trying to help them, and it really threw me off. But all that to say, I'm not good with change. And I've already talked at length about the last 9 months. If you want to if you want to know about that, you can go back and look at my video called Life. It sums up everything as much in detail as I really can, to put out on the public internet. But yeah, so there was a lot of change in that and of itself. Quick recap for that, just in case you aren't going to watch it. My childhood dog passed away that I'd had for almost 14 years, which hit me really hard, and that was a big change. And at the same time, two of my closer friends ended up discontinuing their relationship with me, over some lies. And yeah, so it was a lot of change all at one point. And then a lot of change has happened since then. I mean, it was just like little things, like people getting in relationships, people graduating now and talking about moving away, people just moving away, people in relationships moving away, lots of moving away. But the thing that really pushed me to make this video today was that today I found out that some of my cousins are going to be moving out of state. And that one hit me really hard, specifically because I didn't anticipate it. I mean, obviously, the other things I didn't anticipate either, but I really thought our families would just kind of stay in the same place our entire lives. And yeah, it really hit me out of nowhere. And you know, the thing that really sucks about change for me is that it's like Thanos, it's inevitable. um, from day to day, you know, your life is going to change. Whether it's in small ways, like, you know, you make your regular cup of coffee, but then you realize it's out of creamer and you have to do that change. Or if it's in big ways, like you learn that your some of your cousins are going to be moving out of state. Um, there's always going to be change every day, and I really don't like it. To take an example from my own life, I kind of talked about this in life too, but I kind of talked about this in my video titled Life. um, but it was just like, actually, I don't know if I talked about this. I kind of alluded to it a little bit, but basically, in when was it? February, yeah, February of 2018. I felt like I was just the best. I felt like nothing could tear me down, nothing could stop me. Like I was just going to keep going up and being better and better and better until, you know, I guess just forever. And um if you watch life and if you watch growth, you'll know that didn't necessarily happen. Because you know, later on the 9 months would hit, um August would hit, and I would be really torn down. And really, it didn't even take that long. I say August, but that's because that's when the major things happened. But really, if I look back in my own life, I could say back in March of that year, so like literally a month later, something good and something kind of, you know, bad happened at the same exact time, and it really sucked. Going back to that phrasing, yeah, it really sucked. But like I said, change is inevitable, and really, I think that's one of the main things I've had to learn to accept is that it is inevitable. Whether you like it or not, things are going to change, and I hate that, but they are. You know, it's one of those sad realities that whether we like it or not, things are going to change. Um, and it's something that I've been trying to work on in my own life is dealing with change well, you know, rolling with the punches, just going with the flow when that happens. But I think in some situations I've gotten really good at it, and in the ones I actually want to be good at it, I'm not. And I don't even think I really know how to be better about it. A friend, one I actually haven't alluded to saying a friend on here before, but one of my friends suggested a song to me at one point, and it really did help. There are some lyrics in that, but a song isn't exactly going to change the way that's ironic, isn't going to change the way you think of change that much. And I mean, I still like the song. It's a great song, but it could only help so much, I guess. Yeah, so I think I kind of said it the way I was like, I'm going to talk about how I deal with so much change. And I think when I said that, it sounded even to me a little bit like I was saying like, oh, here's how I deal with it to help you. But really, all I meant was that I was going to say I'm not good at it. But like I kind of talked about growth, well, growth and purpose, I think is what the video is called, is growth and change. And I said earlier, growth and change really go hand in hand. Change can grow you, and when you grow, changes happen. And it's hard because I think a lot of times, at least for myself, I want to grow without changing. You know, I want to get better, and I want to be better, and I want to have, you know, feel more confident in myself and just be overall better. And but I don't want my situation to change. Yeah, I just don't want anything to really alter that. Like, I want to go with my flow and just keep going. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool thing to have. I want that. I want to, be kinder. I want to be more positive. I want to get my passion back for the things that I really like and that I am passionate about. I want that fire back in my life. And then it's like, well, to do that, you have to change this. To do that, you have to make this change. To do that, you have to make that change. And then that's where I'm kind of like, well, okay, never mind. I'll just sit here, going in my flow. It's funny, the flow I'm envisioning Finding Nemo, where there's the turtles in the Australian current. I haven't watched them all, so I don't remember everything, exact names and everything. But that's kind of the thing I'm imagining, is it's like I'm just, and I feel like that's actually kind of a good analogy, where Marlin and Dory, if you haven't seen the movie, it's a good movie, you should watch it, but basically Marlin and Dory are going through this current to try and get to, a certain point in Australia. Is it in Australia? No, I think it's just a certain point. Yes, it is. Wait. Yeah, it's they're trying to get to a place in Australia. And and then they get to the point where they have to get off, and the turtles are like, hey, here's your stop. We're gonna get you into that point over there, and it's going to be kind of crazy, but it's going to get you to where you have to go. And that's when they're like, wait, hold on. That's not what we want. We don't want to get thrown into this current. We don't want to get thrown over there. Well, one of them is. I think it's only one of them. But yeah, they're like, we don't want to do that. Hold on. Like, that's not what we want. We want to get to our destination without having to do this thing. And I feel like that's kind of the way I've been envisioning it too. Is like I said, I want to be better, but without changing my circumstances, or without just change. Like, I want to become a better man, but I want to keep doing exactly what I've been doing. And I don't want anything in my situations to change. I don't want everything to be the same. Just, I want to be better personally. And that's not how it works. You can't grow without change. And you can't change without growth. Well, maybe not necessarily. It might, I don't know. I think you can change with backtracking too. But I feel like every time you change, there's a growth. There's growth in some area of your life. Not just there's a growth. That's not the same thing. But there's growth at some point in your life when you change. When something changes in your life, you grow in some other area of your life. Or when something changes in your life in this one area, you grow in that area. Excuse me. I've tried to kind of like look up videos on YouTube about change and how to get better at that, or to just find help, like stuff online about, hey, how do I get better at change? How do I get better at managing this? Or I've done I get my voice like this, it sounds like I'm about to cry, and it's happened in a couple other videos. That's not necessarily what it is. It's more just it's really late and I haven't used my voice a lot in the past few minutes, so it's like, wait, hold on, you're about to talk for 25 minutes? Want to take that up with me first? No, I don't. I'm just gonna do this because I want to do this. Hope it's cool with you. But yeah, so I talked in growth about like things, like I am always growing and learning about myself, or I'm always trying to grow and learn about myself more. And there's a lot of things I've learned about myself recently. And one of those, that thing was that I really like to talk. I learned that about 4 years ago, but it's still pretty recent to me. And I realized that I really like to talk. I grew and I got more confident. I put one of these videos out with my face in it, and and I grew in that. But to grow, I had to make that change. And I think I've also learned in these past months that I don't deal with change well. Because it was something I never really thought about in the rest of my life. It was something I didn't think about. Like, I was like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. But then once I thought about the broad concept of change, I realized I don't handle it as well as I should, or as well as I can, or as well as I might need to someday. And it's something I'm working towards, and I'm sure there's probably people out there that are also working towards it, and we're just working towards it together. And I don't know, for me, I might never get to that point. I might not. I might always just be bad with change. But the best way to get better is experience, right? And I'm experiencing it now. Yeah. Don't be afraid of change. Which is hypocritical because I am. But I'm going to say it, do as I say, not as I do. You can't be afraid of change. Because if you're afraid of changing your circumstances, then you won't get to do the things you want to do. But yeah, I don't think I really have anywhere else to go in this video. And I don't think that's going to change. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Still hoping to get that comedy skit out on Saturday. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm hoping to employ someone to, not employ, but I'm hoping to I'm asking someone to help me with it so we can really get it done well, and we're going to see how that turns out. But hopefully, at the very latest, I'll see you on Saturday. And at the earliest, who knows, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. I got a video idea now. But I do want to say right before I go off, right before I turn the recording off, is like I was saying, it's kind of hypocritical for me to say don't be afraid of change. But do as I say, not as I do. I want to say, I'm saying a lot of this stuff as much to you guys as I am to me. I think it's the stuff that I need to hear and talk through with myself. And in turn, I'm talking about it with you guys. So that maybe you can benefit from it or get something out of it. But yeah, because once again, I talked about this in the last one, but I can only seem to record these videos when it's late. I have to get to bed, so I will see you guys in the next video.